Afternoon.
I'm gonna take this. Giselle? Tell me everything. I need to go to Mexico.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I found my father. I need to hear it from him. I need to understand why he would just do that.
Because he's not a good man.
Maybe he's changed.
Men like that don't change. It only gets worse. Gabrielle, I care for you like a daughter. As long as I'm around, he's never gonna hurt you again.
All right. I appreciate you so much for helping me find my dad.
Me la voy a chingar. I'll go see Omen. Here it is, 172. Go on, get your daddy, girl.
I need to talk to you. I'm just trying to understand why you would just go like that.
How did you find me?
Why did you leave us?
You don't need to come back. I know it's hard to understand. Because one day, I looked at your mother and you and realized you both didn't mean anything to me anymore.
John!
What's the matter?
She never went to Antonia's. She went to Mexico.
What?
Just her call. Gabriela went to see her father and never came back.
Get an address?
And her father's too.
Pero si se le pela a uno. ¿Qué haces aquí?
Esta puta es de nuestro corral. $20.
Órale, pues.
You want to live? Follow the lights.
Years after the events in Burma, Rambo now lives in Bowie, Arizona, managing his family's heritage horse ranch. There, Rambo lives with Maria, the longtime household assistant for the Rambo family, who is considered a family member. On his ranch, Rambo has also created an underground secret tunnel where he manufactures weapons because he cannot completely detach himself from his past on the battlefield.
We are going to win.
Maria has a grandson named Gabriel, who also lives with them. Rambo has come to regard Gabriel as his own son. One day, Gabriel informs Rambo that his friend Jizzle has found the address of his father in Mexico. However, Rambo is not pleased to hear this because Gabriel's father had previously abandoned both Gabriel and his mother. Gabriel's father left them when Gabriel was still a child, and his mother passed away due to cancer. Despite this, Gabriel is eager to meet his father to understand why he was abandoned. However, Rambo still forbids Gabriel from meeting his father.
Gabriel, I care for you like a daughter. As long as I'm around, he's never gonna hurt you again.
All right.
The next day, Gabriel and Maria argue because Gabriel decides to go to Mexico to meet his father. Rambo, overhearing the argument, then meets both of them. Rambo immediately informs Gabriel about their previous agreement. Still, Gabriel insists on going because he only wants to know the answers from his father. Maria, who is well aware of Gabriel's father's bad nature, is naturally angry and forbids Gabriel from going to meet his father. Maria even tells Gabriel that Rambo once kicked his father out of the hospital because he had beaten his mother, who was suffering from cancer. Gabriel is not allowed to meet his father. Later, Gabriel asks for permission to go out and meet his close friend.
I'm gonna go to Antonia's.
Okay.
Sorry.
On the journey, Gabriel continues to think about his father and decides to go to Mexico without Rambo and Maria's knowledge. Upon arriving in Mexico, Gabriel immediately meets Jizzle at her home. After a brief conversation, Jizzle immediately takes Gabriel to meet his father. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Rambo starts feeling anxious and suspicious because Gabriel has not returned home by evening. That night, Gabriel and Jizzle arrive at their destination. Later, Gabriel rushes to meet his father who lives in an apartment. When they meet, without hesitation, Gabriel asks his father why he left them. His father responds that both of them meant nothing to him, which is why he left them.
You don't need to come back.
Devastated by his father's answer, Gabriel decides to return home. However, Jizzle prevents him because it is already late at night. Jizzle then takes Gabriel to a nightclub to ease his sadness. There, Gabriel is approached by a man named Placo. Placo engages in conversation with Gabriel and secretly slips a sedative into Gabriel's drink. Hugo Martinez, the leader of the Mexican prostitution syndicate, meets with his business associate. They discuss the progress of their prostitution business. In managing his prostitution business, Hugo is assisted by his younger brother, Victor Martinez. At the same time, Maria informs Rambo that Gabriel went to Mexico to meet his father and has not returned yet. Maria received this information from Jizzle, who called her. Based on the information provided by Jizzle, Rambo rushes to Mexico. Gabriel and several kidnapped girls are to be employed as entertainers. Victor threatens to kill anyone attempting to escape. Upon arriving in Mexico, Rambo immediately meets Gabriel's father and inquires about Gabriel's whereabouts. However, Gabriel's father truly has no idea where Gabriel is. Rambo believes that all these problems are due to Gabriel's father's mistakes. Failing to get information from Gabriel's father, Rambo meets Jizzle at her home. Jizzle tells Rambo that after Gabriel was kicked out by his father, she took him to the nightclub, and they were separated there. She does not know where Gabriel is at that moment. However, Rambo realizes Jizzle's lie when he sees her wearing Gabriel's bracelet. Rambo then threatens to harm Gizzle if she does not immediately take him to the nightclub and reveal who kidnapped Gabriel.
You're gonna take me to that club. You're gonna show me who she was with.
The next day, 3 of Stonebank's henchmen found Barney by the riverside. However, before they could contact Stonebanks, Barney eliminated them with his pistol. After that, Barney returned to the base to meet Trench. At that moment, Barney received a video message from Stonebanks. In the video, Trench showed that he had kidnapped Barney's team and would kill them if Barney didn't come within 48 hours. Barney and Trench then quickly returned to the headquarters to retrieve their weapons.
That one looks a little slack.
Upon reaching the headquarters, Barney immediately prepared the weapons. At that moment, Galgo arrived at the Expendables base. Galgo kept pleading with Barney to allow him to join and fight alongside him. Seeing Galgo's strong determination, Barney finally allowed Galgo to join the Expendables team and fight with them. When Barney and Galgo were about to take off, they were surprised by the appearance of their old team blocking the runway. Seeing that his old team didn't want to part ways, Barney allowed them to join him.
Come on! We're late for a war!
As they took to the air, Barney was contacted by Drummer, who provided information that Stonebanks was in Asmanistan, a corrupt small country where Stonebanks had reaped profits for years. Drummer also decided to assist Barney directly. Then Drummer went to the base and met with Trench and Yang, who was now working with Trench. They then departed for Asmanistan. The Barney team, already in Asmanistan, continued on foot towards the location where Barney's new team was being held. During the journey, Barney learned that Galgo was, in fact, a former Special Forces soldier and the only one who survived a mission with his previous team. Upon hearing this, Barney felt proud of Galgo and no longer underestimated him.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was listening.
After walking a considerable distance, they finally found the building where Barney's new team was held. There, they easily located Barney's new team and freed them. But through a television, Stonebanks communicated and informed Barney that he had planted C4 bombs in every room of the building, set to explode in 45 seconds. Thorne attempted to disarm all the bombs by hacking them using a device brought by Gunnar. Unfortunately, the device's battery was only 9%. If the device died, all the bombs would explode. After Thorne successfully disarmed all the bombs, Stonebanks immediately sent Asmanistan army troops to eliminate the Expendables team. In the battle, the Expendables team felt overwhelmed because the enemy forces were numerous. When the defeat of the Expendables team seemed imminent, Trench, Drummer, and Yang arrived to help with a helicopter. Their arrival allowed the Expendables team to resist. The Expendables team even managed to defeat half of the enemy forces. However, they began to lose hope of winning after seeing Stonebanks sending more troops. Knowing this, Drummer asked the Expendables team to board the helicopter and leave the battlefield. Seeing that the Asmanistan forces couldn't eliminate the Expendables team, Stonebanks decided to intervene. Stonebanks then approached the building, the battleground, and challenged Barney to a one-on-one fight. Meanwhile, all the Expendables members were already on the roof, ready to leave the battlefield. The device's battery also showed 1%, indicating that the bombs throughout the building would explode soon. Fortunately, in the duel, Barney managed to eliminate Stonebanks with his pistol.
Battery's gone!
Sometime later, the Expendables team returned to America to celebrate their success and Caesar's recovery. Caesar also returned Barney's lucky ring to him. Now, Barney have many members whom he considered family.
Demented father. Love lost such a cost.
Bagcarry peaked at the African soldier training camp led by the French. Unfortunately, Bagcarry was caught and forced to become a soldier by the French. At night, Bagcarry sneaked around, trying to meet his son. After meeting his son, Bagcarry immediately took his son and the young men forced to become soldiers out of the camp. The other young men managed to escape from the camp, but unfortunately, Bagcarry and Thairno were caught. Bagcarry and his son were then confined and imprisoned in an underground hole. A few weeks later, Bagcarry and his son were sent to the French camp to fight alongside the French army. When Bagcarry planned an escape with his son, a young soldier named Adam noticed them. Bagcarry asked his son to wait for him there while he sought help. After Bagcarry left, Adam approached Thairno and accompanied him while waiting for his father. While Bagcarry was busy looking for someone who could help him, Thairno and Adam were approached by two African soldiers who forcibly demanded